It is a central cylinder or core of vascular tissue that exists inside the stem or roots and consisting of xylem, phloem, pericycle, and sometimes medullary rays and pith. And these all components made up and collectively known as steel. When Thiegem and Dowlett in 1886 developed a theory called Steeler theory about explaining what is steel, how steel is made up of, its components, its working, etc. And according to them, cortex and steel are the fundamental parts of a shoot. Means shoot is necessarily consist of a cortex and steel, and both these parts are separated from each other by endodermis. Types of steel in plants. There are basically two types of steels, protosteel and siphonosteel. The steel without pith is protosteel, and steel with pith and no leaf gap is called siphonosteel. Types of protosteel, haplosteel, actinosteel, and the subtypes of actinosteel are plecto, mixed, and mixed protosteel with pith. And in siphonosteel, there are two types, ectofluic siphonosteel and amphifluic siphonosteel. This is basically the steel system evolution and pteridophytes and higher plants. This is how protosteel looks like and how siphonosteel looks like. This is leaf gap, phloem, xylem, epidermis, pith, cortex, and here this is xylem, phloem, cortex, and this is epidermis. Next, protosteel. Steel in which vascular cylinder consists of solid core of xylem surrounded by phloem, pericycle, and endodermis. Means the xylem will be of this, like this. Solid core means no hollow xylem is present and was named protosteel by Jeffrey in 1898. In protosteel, there is no pith and it is the most fundamental type of steel in vascular plant. It is the simplest possible organization of vascular tissues. Therefore, phylogenetically as well as ontogenetically, a protosteel is considered to be the most primitive type. Means all other types of steels are evolved from this protosteel. Types of protosteel. First, haplosteel. This is protosteel with a smooth core of xylem surrounded by uniform layer of phloem. I named haplosteel by Brebner in 1902. It is found in several fossil genera. Means now the plants are more advanced and no haplosteel is found in advanced form of plants. They are found in the fossil forms like Rhynia, Horneophyton, and some living genera. They are like Selaginella, Chrysocolla, Selaginella kraussiana, Selaginella selaginoides, and etc. In actinosteel, the protosteel having a xylem core with radiating ribs is called actinosteel. Like this. This type of steel is actinosteel because the xylem is look like the star. That's why it is called actinosteel. Radiating ribs. It also named by Brebner 1902. In this type, xylem core is star-shaped or stellate. In actinosteels, the phloem is not present in a continuous manner because the xylem is not a solid core like as in haplosteel. It is on radiating ribs. So between the radiating ribs, the phloem is present alternatively, like where the space between two ribs, phloem is present, between two ribs, phloem is present. So phloem is not continuous. It is formed in separate groups, alternate with the distant ends of the star-shaped. And examples, Hylotum, Lycopodium, Serratum, Sphenophyllum, etc. And because of the breaking up of the xylem mass into different forms, so like phloem is present in alternating bends. When xylem is star-shaped, so actinosteel is further differentiated into three types that are plectosteel, mixed protosteel, and mixed protosteel with pith. Plectosteel xylem gets broken into a number of more or less parallel plates, as such as xylem plates alternate with phloem plates. And in mixed protosteel, xylem groups are uniformly scattered in the ground mass of the phloem. And in mixed protostele with pith, the parenchyma calls remain associated with the xylem in the mixed protostele. Here, parenchyma is also added with the xylem. In general, like Hymenophyllum and Lepidendron, the center of protostele occupied by parenchyma means the central solid core is not of xylem. Instead, that parenchymatous cells are represented with the mixed pith. Such a type of stele is called mixed protostele. The genre having a type of stellar organization, it is a link between protostele and siphonostele, because when the evolution was taking place from haplostele or from protostele to other advanced form of stele like siphonostele, so there is something between which is both looks like means consisting characters of protostele and siphonostele too. So this mixed protostele with pith is the connection between the protostele and siphonostele, and parenchymatous cell is indication in this, because particular pith is not present because protostele is the stele without pith, but parenchymatous cells are present in the form of pith. This is example, like see, this is actinostele. This is haplostele, this is actinostele, means central xylem core, then phloem, and then cortex. This is Rhinia fossil and Salutum, star-shaped xylem, and phloem is present in alternating bands, and then cortex. And like this is a plectostele, means xylem is present like that, in the form of plates, and phloem is also present in like alternating plates. Second is mixed protostele, means xylem is present scattered in the ground tissue, means the tissue which is present there, xylem is present on that, and phloem is around that. And third is mixed protostele with pith. So here the parenchymatous cell, which is considered as pith, and these are the xylem scattered and phloem. And this is present leaf trace. Leaf gap is not present, but leaf traces are present here. This is simple haplostele, phloem, xylem and phloem. Next, siphonostele. It is a medullated protostele is called siphonostele, means when medullary rays are also came into the protostele, that it is called as siphonostele. According to Rashed in 1999, it represents an advancement because as the time passes, the advancement should occur, must occur in every organism or in everything, as we know. So according to the changes in environment, the things are adapted by the organisms, or things are formed from the previous ones. So to coordinate with the environment which is changing, because we have to change according to the environment, and continuous change is needed, and whoever change that will exist only, and those who will not change, that will eliminated from the environment. It is a natural selection. So origin of siphonostele is a well accepted phenomenon. It is stele having a tubular vascular region. Central parenchymatous region was evolved from a protostele. And in a siphonostele, the centrally placed xylem core is replaced by parenchymatous cells called pith. And pith is surrounded by xylem in siphonostele. It is different from protostele, where the central core is of xylem, but here the central core is parenchymatous cell, that is called pith. Around that is xylem, and around that is phloem. These are the leaf gaps are also present, cortex, main vascular cylinder, and these are the leaf traces, where leaves are broken down or some scars are left, that are called leaf traces. And two types is amphiploic and ectoploic. Amphi means both, and ploic means phloem, means around both sides of xylem phloem is present, means around the pith there is phloem, then xylem, then phloem. So xylem is surrounded by phloem, from outer side also and from inner side also. And in ectofluic siphonostele, ecto means outer, endo means inner. So ecto means the phloem is ecto, means present outside the xylem here, like pith, then xylem, then phloem, then cortex. And now types, the ectofluic phloem is restricted only on the external side of xylem. Example, Osmunda, Shizia. Pith is central in position. Phloem is externally surrounded by pericycle, endodermis, and leaf trace is also visible. In amphiploic, phloem is present on both sides of xylem, external as well as internal. This pith is present in the center, and example, Marsilia rhizome. In this case, xylem on its inner side remains surrounded by inner phloem, inner pericycle, inner endodermis, and centrally placed pith. On the outer side of the xylem, the outer phloem, outer pericycle, and outer endodermis. It is present in adiantum, dipteris, etc. Means xylem is present at the center, in its outer side, in it and in as well as in its inner side. Both the inner pericycle, phloem, endodermis, outer pericycle, phloem, and endodermis are present. Like this. This is a leaf trace. This is the ectofluic. Only the phloem is around outer side of the xylem, and this is amphiploic. The phloem is present both sides of the xylem. And now difference between protostele definition is a solid core of vascular tissue without a central pith, and siphonostele, stele that contains central pith, cylindrical vascular tissue surrounding the pith. Central pith does not have, it has central pith. Solid core of xylem tissue, it does not. Present in primitive vascular plant because it is a primitive type of stele, hence it is present in the primitive vascular plants, and siphonostele present in most flowering plants and most ferns. Types are haplo, actinoplecto, etc. Siphonogesolano, dictyostele, and eustele are also subtypes of the siphonostele according to that in which plants they are present or how their arrangement is. So siphonostele is also consists of various types of arrangement. Location of the vascular tissue, vascular system is at the center, and in this vascular system is a cylindrical mass surrounding the central pith. Means pith is compulsory in siphonostele.